So it's day 2, back at the hole. I've just sluiced the bucket that I filled off yesterday, just ready for it to sluice when I got back to the hole today. Unfortunately, not that much gold in it, just a few really small dotty specks, nothing of any size at all really. I'm still going to snuff them up and put the rest of the material into the concentrate bucket, just in case there's any more fine floury stuff into the black sand, because it's really fine, black sand, iron and lead around here as well, so it makes separating the gold that little bit more awkward, but still, it's not a washout, but the hole's starting to dry up maybe that little bit more. I don't know whether it's actually been done. I'm starting to see stones that look as though they might have been put in there purposely to fill a hole back in, but looking at some of the material, it's hit and miss whether it has been done or not. So I'm going to run a few more buckets today, work different sides of the hole now I've got it widened out. I'll show you the hole in a minute once I've got this all cleaned up and sorted out, and we'll see how we get on for the day. So I'm just sluicing the second bucket of the day. The first one I filled today, I would say the previous one was filled last night. Again, I'm just using the DIY sluice. I just like the fact that I can get it set up pretty much anywhere. As you can see there, it just takes a tiny little channel and it just runs nice and sweet, doesn't really get plugged up at all. Processes the material nice and quickly, and it just seems to capture pretty much anything from dotty gold all the way up to pickers. So here's hope there's going to be a couple of pickers in this one. Haven't really had any substantial size yet. Some nice shape and textured pieces yesterday, but still nothing I'd really consider it a nice picker so far. But still plenty of time left in the trip, and I'd say the hole's still getting deeper and deeper, so hopefully there's going to be a bit more to come out of this one. So we shall see once I get this bucket finished off. Well, there's the result of that bucket. Just really small dotty specks. There's a good number in there, well, it's a good number. I can see probably about 10 floating around in there, like various sizes, but nothing much bigger than a pinhead, if that. So I'm thinking, has the hole been done? And what I got yesterday was just more recent flood gold that had been settled on the top. So I might extend the hole back and just work a little bit of more surface type material, see if that kicks out some better gold, and if it does, it's sort of a sign that the hole's been done. The deeper you get, and obviously it's just going to be some bit surface gold that's going to be left. So I'm going to do a bit more of a surface bucket on the next hole, on the next bucket. I'll show you the hole now, but I'll say I'm hoping for more than just a couple of specks here and there. So this is the hole I'm working. As you can see, it's quite a dead zone in water. The main river's flowing down and then it's going straight downstream there. So any gold in theory should be able to whip around there. It's got an entire full bedrock wall going all the way along, coving in, back out and then back up where the stream goes. And if you see there's actually a crack in the bedrock, and it goes right underneath the bedrock slab that's sort of going down at an angle towards the wall. So that's the entire area I've been working, but as I say, it's just looking as though it might have been done. A lot of these stones I've pulled out of that hole, and they're the type of stones I would have used to fill a hole in if I'd done it previously as well. So as I say, yesterday, the best gold seemed to come from when I was working the top gravels on the way down into the hole. So just to test the theory out, I'm going to extend the hole back a bit and take a bucket off this surface area again, and if that shows better gold, then it's, as I say, it's a sign that the hole might have been done, and I'm just going to be getting more surface gold from this area. I'm still going to get in and give all the cracks a good scraping around on the bedrock wall as well, but as I say, I'm just hoping for better than just the odd specks here and there. So I'm going to get the next bucket filled up and see what that's got to hold. Well, there's the results of the buckets I've just filmed panning. Again, back on a bit of a better size there, possibly the first piece I might consider a picker there as well, along with the usual smaller bits of shape and texture, not just dotty daft flower bits. All that's still in the black sand. So there's a good selection of colours in there, so it's not a bad sign. And I said that was working a different side of the hole there, and a bit more surfacey type material, so it looks as though there's gold certainly in the top layers going down. So I'm going to get another bucket rattled out and see what that's going to give. Well, I'm just about to sluice the next bucket. It's filled from a different area though. As you can see, there's actually a crack in between the bedrock there, and that was completely filled with rocks. So that's been totally emptied out, and I've been in there with the scoops just to try, like, just that type of scoop, scooping out as much material as I can, and then working beneath the crack where it's going down the hole. So I'm hoping this is going to have a bit of a even better gold show, and if it doesn't, then I'm just going to continue with the surface material that gave the better pan last time round. So I'm going to see what this bucket's got to give. Well, that's the results of the crevice hole. Literally just a line of dotty specks. A good number of them, but nothing of any size. So I'm going to go back to working the slightly more surfacey material and see if that's going to get me back on the bigger size bits again. And if not, then I might finish off the rest of the day at the hole, but then choose another spot tomorrow. So we'll see how the rest of the day pans out, but here's hoping for bigger than specs. Well, there's the next bucket down, and that's back on the more surfacey type materials rather than material that's coming off right at the very bottom. I'm still working the bedrock slope to the side, but it's just the surface materials next to that slope rather than continuing the hole deeper and deeper, because that just didn't seem to be starting to pan out. So as you can see there's a couple of really nice sized pieces in there, as well as quite a few small dotty bits as well, and there's all sorts of like really fine stuff crushed in down with the black sand and stuff as well. So I'm going to get those bigger bits snuffed out, the rest of it in the concentrate buckets, and crack on with the next bucket of the day. Well, another bucket done, another bucket panned, and that's quite a nice piece, that one. Again, more bits of some big speck, small picker sizes around it as well, and more usual dots in the black sand that's going to all have to be cleaned out when I get home. I'm not going to have time to start fiddling about with all that round about here, so all that in the concentrate bucket, all those bigger bits in the snuffer bottle, and get another bucket on the go. Well, that's another bucket filled up and just about to start sluicing. That's the first scoop there, so in about another 10 minutes or so I'll be ready to give this all a pan out and see what this has to give. That's another bucket down, another bucket panned, and more bits to go in the snuffer bottle. And quite a few bits in there, but again, nothing of any particular size or anything. It's all just still on the what I'd consider the spec scale. Large specs, but still I wouldn't consider any of those pickers. The shape and texture of them, but still. I mean, obviously, compared to anything around them, then yes, they would be considered small pickers, but not on my scale. But still, I should still be able to get another bucket, maybe two, out for the rest of the day, and then I'll see what I'm going to do tomorrow. That's another bucket down. Not much to show for it really. One slightly bigger bit and a few other smaller dottier bits kicking about as well. Not much, and for the amount of material I've shifted now, I would have been expecting a bit more. So it's sort of looking as though the hole might be starting to get tapped out and might have already been done. And what I've just been recovering has been the flood gold that's been on, just getting added to it more recently. So I might just run one more bucket to see the day off. It's already starting to get a bit late, a bit dark. So probably one more bucket, and unless it's going to kick out anything spectacular, I'll probably just fill the hole back in and choose somewhere else to start on with tomorrow.